are you doing?
Oh, great. It's a bit cold here, but I'm doing fine. And how are you?
I'm doing good. This is so cool. This is the first time we've actually like face to face. It's awesome.
Yes. The connection is a bit wobbly, I guess, but it's probably going to work, I think.
I think so. Oh, this is so awesome. I'm so happy. So let's see if I can do your name right. Friederike.
Yes.
Did I do it wrong? Sort of.
Shall I tell you again? Friederike.
Try it. Say it one more time.
Friederike.
Friederike.
Yes.
Kind of. Oh, wow. I'm totally going to butcher that. Okay. So this is so cool to finally get to talk to you because, I mean, we've been friends for like, what, a year now? Maybe longer. It feels. It's really cool.
I looked it up. I guess I left the first review on how to train your aura in May last year. So it's almost a year.
High five. We are friends. Oh,
so we're going to start?
Huh?
We're going to start?
Sorry. Yes. We'll go ahead and start. I'm so happy. Okay. So, first off, let's go ahead and tell us how you came up with your pen name, LightOfEvolution.
Actually, it's quite simple because I'm a biology teacher. I spent many days and days and days in the library and in the lab. And it's one of my favorite quotes by a scientist. It's Theodosius Dobzhansky. It's a quote that says, "Nothing in biology makes sense except in the light of evolution." And here we are.
I love it so much. The first time I saw your pen name, I was like, oh, that's awesome. But I know a lot of people wouldn't get that. So I was like, please tell the people.
Yeah, I guess some people think, oh my God, is this something religious, or is it someone, these people who don't believe in evolution from a religious point of view. And sometimes I think, oh, they might think I'm one of them.
You are like the most down-to-earth person I know. So I know you're not some religious freak who's going to be like throwing, religious things at people and going, bah, you know what I mean? Like you are.
Definitely. Though I am religious. So, it's not as if I'm not religious, but not, it's more in the German down-toned kind of way. So it's okay.
No, I'm the same way. Like I'm religious, but I'm not gonna like throw something in somebody's face and be like, you're wrong. Cause I'm like, I don't know if I'm even right. So how am I gonna tell you that you're wrong?
Yes, definitely agree. Yes.
Yay. This is why we're friends.
Yes.
Let's see. Going on to my questions. This will be edited, so like all these little pauses and stuff and things, don't worry about it because I'll be able to edit it and make it look pretty. So don't don't judge. Let's see. I already know this one, but others don't. What is your Hogwarts house?
I'm afraid it's Slytherin.
That's a good one. What are you talking about?
Yes, when I started reading the book, it was always, the Slytherins are so mean and so disgusting and arrogant, and I'm one of them, I'm afraid.
I have a theory that my husband and I were talking about, and we're like, Scorpius is so sweet and lovable, and get down to it, a lot of the Slytherins weren't that bad. It's just like Draco Malfoy made them all look terrible.
Yes,
It was
but
like,
I guess Crab and Goyle even more so because they are so dumb.
yeah, they did not represent. I don't know how they even got into Slytherin, because you have to be like cunning and you have to be intelligent in the street smart sense, you know what I mean? And that they were just blockheads. So
They were kind of left over and had to be sorted somewhere, and then yeah, okay, there's some beds left in Slytherin. Well, let's put them there.
somewhere the sorting hat was just like, nope, you guys, you go over here, I'll deal with you later. I swear, that's what that was. Well, I think it's good that you're a Slytherin. Honestly, most of the Slytherins that I know are either really awesome and like I connect with them on a personal level, or they're really shitty. Like there is no in between.
That's kind of extreme, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
You're one of the good ones. I'm giving you a compliment.
And from Gryffindor at that.
Ah, yes. I love it. Okay. Oh, all right. Let's see. Going down to the next question. Which Harry Potter character do you relate to the most?
Definitely Hermione. Because the first time I read the books, it was in the 90s. Okay, it was in the 90s, and I read those lines about her coming into the train apartment, and she was so bossy. And I thought, well, she's right, and she's always right. So she's like me. Because I'm a know-it-all myself, and the first time my father saw the first movie, The Philosopher's Stone, we sat there. I still lived at home that time, of course, and my father sat next to me, and she came into the train compartment and spoke one line or two lines, and he broke out in laughter. Laughed, because he said, "Oh, this is you. They must have some secret spying devices in our flat because it's you." Yes, because I'm really like that.
I remember you telling me that story. That story is the best one. Seriously, because like you over the time, and you're always so brilliant. You're coming up with these things, and then I'm like, you're definitely Hermione, because you can think off the top of your head, but you're not afraid to like say what you mean and mean what you say. And I think
but you are neither. You're the same, basically.
Yeah.
Because you come up with all these great ideas and write them down. I'm sitting there at my computer and see you writing, and oh my goodness, it's so fast and so flowing, and it's stunning.
When I see you write, you come up with like the most amazing ideas. Whenever I get stuck, you're like, what about this? And I'm like, that's brilliant. I would have never thought of that. Like, seriously, there is no me without you. And because serious, because I have come up with nothing. I'll be sitting at a screen for hours before we talk, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm writing. What am I doing? And then I'll be like, hey, can you help me? And instantly you're like, yeah, I've got an idea. No big deal.
But that's what friends are for.
That is. I love having your back, and I love that you have my back. Like, we are friends for life now. There's no getting out of it. You're stuck.
Yes, I can live with that.
Okay, good, because you're stuck. Let's see. What is the best writing advice you have ever received?
Actually, it's one of yours. It's don't write for the reviews, it's write for yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, because it's right. You pushed me when I was insecure to start writing because of the language difference. It's sometimes very difficult for me to translate those words I have in my mind into the English language. And I'm sitting here with my dictionary and think, oh, no, 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 no. And you came and say, it's good, so publish it, do it now. Don't hesitate. It's fine. And it doesn't matter if it's 20 people reading this or 2,000 people reading this. It's for you. Yes. And so I did, and here I am.
It's beautiful. I love it so much because it's so true. And you have such a talent for writing in a language that's not your mother language. It so amazes me because I only know English, and I don't even know it well enough to think about the auxiliary verbs like you do. And then
Yes,
here you
but
come and you're
that's
like,
because I learned it that way, because yes, there's an auxiliary verb, and the word order in a sentences is SPO, place, time, and nothing about punctuation actually, and so it's in a different way. You don't have to think about where to put a comma or where not. And I'm okay. This is when it's, because it's always a comma in front of it, and when you're addressing someone, it's a comma in front of it or after it, or and you don't have to think.
That's true.
That's the bonus of writing in your own language. But writing in German is, when it comes to fan fiction, is it's not as breathtaking or exciting as reading or writing it in English. I don't know why.
I think you've told me before that you feel like it kind of reads boring, is what you've told me, sort of. And I don't know, because I don't read German. My husband took German in high school. And so whenever you and I are talking, and we'll be talking about things, and he's like, yeah, German is a very direct language. I don't know if that's correct, but from what he learned about it, it's very, this is this and this is that. And I don't know if that's
a lot more rules, a lot more, yes, we have kind of 3 different ways to describe. I don't know the English word. When you say it's, for us, it's either male or female or neutral. So we have 3 words to articles. Yes, that's a word. Articles to put in front of a noun, for example. And you don't have to decide, is this a female noun or male noun? And it's simply the. But I guess every language has its
right. Well, I mean, English is kind of lazy.
No.
English is, yes. We're all right. So I took Spanish, and the whole, male, female, neutral, that was all in that. And it seems like in most languages it is, but in English we're like, nah, it's fine. It could be whatever. We're just going to say the. And we don't have that possession of if it's a male or female, so I think it's kind of lazy in a way.
No, it isn't. It's simply easier to learn. So that's a bonus, definitely.
How many languages do you know?
Okay, I've pretty much experiences in Latin and 2 years of French, and
Wow.
yes, some Polish swear words, as you know.
Yeah, you and Amanda were good at it.
Some yes, let's say if there's something in Iris post, I roughly understand, but that's because there are similar words in French or in German or in Latin or whatever, not the grammatical background of it. So it's German and English and Latin and French.
That is absolutely amazing. It just
Yes,
blows my mind.
for you it is. But
Yes.
for us, it's pretty normal because the school system dictates it. You can't get out of school without having some years of English and mostly another language. But it's even the case in this, I don't know the English word of it, in schools for disabled persons. They also have English. So my pupils who are kind of limited in their conception, they also are taught English. They can all say, I am from, I'm 12 years old, I like English lessons or whatever. They can all say that. So that comes with the school.
I like looking at it from that point of view, that because English is kind of a simpler language, that's why, you know, anybody with a disability or a learning curve of some sort, they can understand that. I never even thought of that. Here in America, we're very much, you take 2 years of a foreign language school, so your brain isn't wired like that anymore. Your brain isn't wired for language, so it doesn't actually soak in. When do you guys start learning a different language?
Nowadays, it's often in primary school that they are taught simple English words for, I don't know, for color or for addressing someone or telling someone, oh, how late is it, whatever. They're starting in primary school. And then on secondary education, it's year 5, they are 10 or 11 years old then. They are taught English from class 5 to 10, or in our case 12 or 13.
That's amazing. Oh,
Yes,
from an American person, it is amazing. For you, it's normal. I just wish America wasn't so damn lazy. And yes, I can say that I'm from America. But seriously, you blow my mind every day. The fact that you're able to speak these multiple languages and write in another language and do so. I have baited that these English speakers don't know their own language, but you take English and you craft it. And it's not even your like natural language. It baffles me at how talented you are. Seriously.
Oh,
Well, it's true. And I tell you this and you brush it off, but now it's on camera and you can't run from it.
Oh, Ken!
Don't you do it.
I'm simply running to my garden because I'm sitting in the living room right now, and I'm simply opening the living room door and run into the garden, and there.
If you run away, I will make sure to have one humiliating photo and freeze frame it, and that'll be the entire conversation. Don't you run away from me. I will get you. Okay. Going back, let's see. Okay. What, in your opinion, makes a good story?
Humor. I'm a big fan of humor. I like laughing about what I'm reading. A good story arc, you know, a bit of dramatic curve, I think, and the characters being true, not essentially in character or in canon, but believable.
Yes, I think that's a really important one. A lot of times people are like, I have a good idea in my head, but they write it down, but they planned it so much in advance that like when they write it down, it's no longer organic. It's no longer real to the situation. And like when I watch you and your writing process, I've noticed that you'll write phrases down and then you'll go back and you'll change them and you'll tweak them to fit the story, which is beautiful. I mean, you get a good sense, like, because I already know, but maybe I should ask for the audience about organizing, beginning to write. What is your writing process?
Okay, I try, before I start actually writing a story, I try and write some key points or some important happenings down so that I know where the story starts and where it ends, and what shall happen roughly in between. And when I start one chapter, I write down some notes and I'll check with you usually and say, yeah, okay, that makes sense, or and I'm missing something in the dramatic process, or some details I forgot. And then I'm writing down some dialogue lines, mostly. So first scene, second scene, third scene, whatever. And then, okay, Draco says, Hermione says, Ron says, and then the dragon comes flying, and then I'm filling the gaps. And then I'm writing that, oh no, this doesn't work. Or I'm getting to the end of a chapter and say, oh, no, it's too long. No, this has to happen next chapter. Some dialogue lines I developed at the beginning and say, okay, this is something I want to say somewhere in the story. Mm-hmm. But I want to say it. And then I'm writing.
Yeah, it's great to watch you write because you come up with the most creative, like I said, creative ideas that I wouldn't have thought of in the first place. When you came up with tickling the dragon, oh my gosh, I loved that idea so much, of the dragon being under Hogwarts and them discovering it. And then Draco was like, a natural dragon tamer. I was like, that is such a beautiful story arc. It's creative, it's original. All of your stories are very original, and that's why I love your works so much, is because people take these tropes and they write them, but then they don't make them original. But you took a time travel story and you based it off like little elements of Back to the Future, which you and I both absolutely adore.
Yes.
And you made this comedy fic out of a story, but it was no longer like a trope. It's its own original thing. I mean, Draco and Hermione back in the 1970s, you can't get any better than that, because it's so great. Oh, seriously, I know that you never believe me, but I absolutely adore your work. I really do. And I just, it astounds me. It really does. You're so talented. Okay, moving on. Why is Dramione your one true pairing? Why do you think that they should be together?
Maybe I have a hidden liking of tropes.
That's okay.
I don't know. I think they're both witty and smart, And Hermione deserves someone who can their own against her, because she is bossy and annoying. Because I know that because I'm like that. And he's, in my eyes, he's the only one in the stories that could put up with her.
No, I
And
agree.
and
So you go
as
ahead.
much as I like Harry, I think he'd be overrun by her. She like start talking and, hey, I've got this idea in the library, and he'd be, yeah, okay, I'm going to play Quidditch now. Okay, and I also love Harmony, but Hermione is, in my eyes, my favorite ship, definitely. Nothing goes over it. I know some people might think otherwise, and they are allowed to, so no worries. But that's my OTP, definitely.
That's right. It's your OTP, and you fly that ship and you sail it. I'm right there with you. I'm on the same boat. Like I always thought Ron, like people bash on Ron, and I'm like, Ron was a good guy. He just back against her, and he would probably be nitpicked to death. Like I can only imagine their marriage is her being like, Ron, pick up your socks. And him going, oh, why? Why do you tell me this every day? Because you never pick them up. Did you remember to do this? No. Well, do it. Like, that's the way I imagine their marriage. And but if she told Draco to go pick up his socks, he'd be like, no, I will get to it when I get to it. I purposely left those socks out. Well, he actually didn't, but he would have something to say about it.
Yes, leave it to the house elves or something like that.
Yeah. And then she would hit him upside the head with a newspaper because he was talking about house elves. I love it. What would your Patronus be?
Okay, that's difficult because I never thought about it. I have a particular liking of ravens or crows. As you know, I recently gained a tattoo of a raven, and but I also love bees and bumblebees, but that would be an embarrassing Patronus, I think.
A bumblebee, imagine like an awesome, like, all right, you could have like a small bumblebee that you could infiltrate places with, or scare people. I know I'm scared of bees. Any bee comes up to me, I'm like, ah. So no, it could be intimidating. People who are allergic to bees. It's okay. If you want to know what mine would be, it would be a butterfly. Intimidating whatsoever. But it's only because I have this weird obsession with butterflies. Like there's pictures all up in my house of different butterfly things. And every time we go to a museum and there's butterflies, I have to stop and look at the butterflies. And yeah, you love butterflies. I'm like, I know, I do so much.
A friend of mine is actually totally afraid of them. Really, she's, oh God, a butterfly! I don't know why, but it is like this.
Never heard of somebody being afraid of a butterfly.
Horrified, really. You won't believe me, but it is.
Oh my gosh. I got to take a moment to process that somebody could be scared of a little butterfly. They're so sweet and they're beautiful. People are scared of the weirdest things like ants. Like if an ant gets in the house, people freak out. And I'm like, it's just doing its job. Just let it go do what it needs to do.
Yes, or spiders.
Oh yeah, spiders. There's a spider that's been up on my ceiling for a week now, and I'm just like, go do what you want, spider. Have fun.
Yes, with
But I
many
know you
spiders in our house, and usually if they aren't too big or making noise while running over the floor, and then they are really big. We just leave them be. I don't kill them. I don't set them out or something. I just leave them be.
I'm the same. I'm the same way. If there's a spider in the house that I feel could like be harmful, then I'll like get it in a cup and I'll move it outside. But if it's just a regular house spider, I don't care. It's just trying to live.
Yes, we don't have dangerous spiders here, so.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, we have I'll cut this out of the interview, I promise. I just tell you real quick. I got bit by a black widow spider when I was I had like 104-degree like Fahrenheit fever, and I was sick weeks. And we have brown recluses, and those can like deteriorate your skin and like get really bad infections. So like here where I'm from, you have to be careful what kind of spider is around you. And then I hear about over in Australia where they just have like the giant spiders and stuff. And I'm like, I'll take my little tiny scary spiders over those. It's okay.
I agree, yes. Next question?
Yeah, next question. Let's move on. I'm sorry. Which one of your stories is your favorite and why?
Ooh, I really don't know. There are stories that were particularly difficult for me to write, as you know, and that's Unrelenting Sanity, because it was unusually dark for me, as I usually write comedy or humor or a bit of romance, but nothing heavy. And the others they all have their special character for me. So Branches was my first baby, and I wouldn't change it at all. I know there are mistakes in it, and I would write it down a bit differently now because I have a bit more experience in writing in English, and so that it's a bit smoother and language-wise. But they all have their own character, so I can't pick one.
That's okay. It's a good answer. And you wrote your birthday gift to me. I just want to say I absolutely loved it, and you were able to step out of your comfort zone, which I appreciated, and you did amazing stepping out of your comfort zone. I really was at the end. You really like threw me for a loop. I don't want to ruin it for everyone, but when you did the twist at the end, I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Okay. You surprised me. And that's really hard to do. So congratulations. That was good
Yes,
job.
I had help. So to push me out of my comfort zone was not that easy, and Vivian supported me, and Iris supported me, and Amanda did an amazing work proving it, and it was, as I had a lot of many supporters who said, yeah, let's do it, yes, do what you want, and it's going to turn out all right, so do it, yes, okay. And I did, and I'm actually quite proud of it.
You should be. So you've made a lot of friends in the fan fiction world. What do you think like is an important lesson to take from that? Like when writing fan fiction, I think a lot of people get so bogged down in the reviews and in trying to get people to like them, but what have you taken from the friendships that you've acquired in fan fiction?
a lot of laughing, definitely. I laugh a lot when, for example, when Iris writes her reviews, I'm always giggling and smiling. And you did this Meet the Pen Name with Kiyonomiko, and she's so awesome. She's just so polite and so warm, and it's the lesson is there are so many people who have so much to give and do so without pressuring you to give something back, you know. Then and I'm not even starting to talk about you, because that's a long praise.
I'm gonna now walk out the door and just pretend like I don't even exist. I am the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. You don't see me.
Yes, but I do.
No, you don't. No.
No, really, really great. And so many people who are very friendly and very open and very warm, and it just blows me away.
I agree. There's so many good people out there in the fan fiction world. And what do you want to say to any of the negative reviewers that you've ever? Is there anything you want to say to them? The people who write and they're like, they say a negative thing and you're just like, well, that was uncalled for. What do you want to say to them?
I think you've got to say there's these constructive criticism, and that's polite, and you say, okay, they have a point, and I don't agree, but it's polite and honest, and I can live with that. Okay, no problem. But then those, and I've just had a few of them. Thankfully,
you don't have that many. I barely seen you with a negative review whatsoever, and even the ones that I've seen that were negative weren't even that negative. They were just people being awkward. You know what I mean?
Yes, but there was this review, maybe you remember, that talked about oh, there's so many grammar, the sentences aren't good, and the character development isn't good, and didn't understand the story, and that annoyed me, and but I don't think it's worth an answer.
Yes, I think that's a good. Let's see. To your fans, the people that read your stories.
I don't think I've fans.
You have fans. Yes,
there's
you
some
do.
people that like my stories. Okay, that but not in the Mr. Band's dream kind of sense, or but they're. I hope you laugh. That's all.
Aw, that's so sweet. You are the sweetest little cinnamon roll Slytherin ever. All right. I think I've covered. Let me go through. I think I've covered them all. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'd like to pair with that before I let you go. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your background, everyday life, outside of fan fiction?
Okay, I'm a teacher, so I teach. Naturally, I'm busy organizing stuff and grading and reading and preparing lessons and such. I take my dog for a walk. Actually, it's my parents' dog, but he spends a lot of time in our home. I have a husband that has to be taken care of, and yes, friends, babysitting the babies of friends and such, and reading and watching movies and reading and reading.
That's awesome. One more thing, I noticed that you love to put pop culture references into your fan fictions. You like to put Lord of the Rings and Star Trek and different things. So you're a nerd. What is your favorite other fandom besides Harry Potter?
Star Trek.
Yes. All right. Are we talking about like original with like Captain Kirk? And we talking about like Next Generation? Are we talking about the new movies, or are we just talking about all of it?
No, it's actually more the Next Generation, because that was something I really grew up with. It was on air every Sunday, and it was something I used to watch with my father on Sundays, and then it was something like a Knight Rider, A-Team, and then Star Trek. And I loved Star Trek the most, and so it's the Next Generation and the new movies, I guess. My husband is more fan of this political stuff and Deep Space Nine, but that's not so much my piece of cake.
Awesome. Do you think you would ever want to write an original book?
In the science sense, yes, but not a novel or something else.
Okay. That's okay. That's all right. You have the talent for it if you ever decide you want to. I think you could totally do it. Trust me. Okay. So I guess that's it. Thank you so much for doing this interview. I'm so excited to get this all edited and put out there. And I hope that you had fun. I know that this is our first time getting to talk to each other face to face. So I'm just like, yay! Really, yeah. This was just a conversation between friends. This was barely an interview. This was us just getting to be goofs together. So I'm glad.
Yes, because it's always you talk to someone, it's like pen pals, you know, and then you see photos, and you talk and write emails, and oh, there's a voice behind this person, and you understand it, and that's awesome, and it's amazing, really. I'm very thankful for this opportunity to talk to you.
I am too. I hope this won't be the last time. I think we should video chat more often.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Good. I'm glad. Okay. Well, I'm going to get off then so that I can get this uploaded, and then I will hit you up on Facebook here in a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to do some dinner hunting now, because it's 7:30 p.m. here, and it's time for dinner for me. So I hope you have an awesome day, and I'm on air whenever you need me. You know where to find me.
Okay. All right. Bye. This is my heart to you. This is good. Bye. Have a good one. Bye.